Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NewsBrowse News broadcast. CBS News reports that Secretary of State Marco Rubio stated there has been slight progress in peace talks with Iran, but he firmly rejected Adjung's proposal to impose a tolling system on commercial vessels using the Strait of Hormuz, calling it not acceptable. Rubio emphasized that no country should accept such a system in an international waterway, warning it could set a dangerous precedent globally. He expressed dismay that a UN Security Council resolution, sponsored by Bahrain and many other nations, faces potential vetoes from China and Russia, echoing a similar resolution vetoed last month. Separately, the acting U.S. Navy Secretary confirmed a pause in a $14 billion arms sale to Taiwan to ensure sufficient munitions for ongoing Iran operations. House Republicans also delayed a vote on a war powers resolution aimed at compelling President Trump to withdraw from the Iran conflict, signaling diminishing congressional support for the war. The article also briefly noted an Israeli airstrike in South Lebanon and Iraq's condemnation of attacks on Saudi Arabia and the UAE from its territory. According to NPR, Congress has postponed a vote on a Republican-backed bill aimed at funding Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. This delay stems from significant infighting within the Republican Party itself, specifically over issues unrelated to the ICE funding bill. The internal disagreements effectively snarled the legislative process, disrupting earlier plans to pass what was intended to be a partisan measure. NPR reports that the Commission of Fine Arts has granted final approval for the design of a massive arch intended for Washington, D.C. This decision comes despite significant public pushback against the project. Furthermore, the approved design is noted to be missing several key visual components, raising questions about the completeness of the proposed structure. The brief article from NPR does not elaborate on the nature of the public pushback or the specific visual components that are absent from the approved plans. This NPR article announces an interview conducted by Steve Inskeep with former Republican Senator Jeff Flake. The discussion focuses on the recent efforts by the Republican Party to push back against some of President Trump's key priorities. Flake, known for his critical stance towards Trump, was asked to share his perspectives on these intra-party dynamics. The segment aired as part of NPR's Morning Edition. 联合早报 reported that northern Honduras experienced 2 armed attacks, resulting in at least 25 deaths, including 6 police officers. The first, more deadly attack occurred in Trujillo City, Colon Province, where 19 people were fatally shot in the early hours of Thursday, May 21st. This area is known for intense gang conflicts over palm plantations and drug trafficking routes. Separately, near the Guatemalan border in Omoa Cortez Province, 5 police officers and 1 civilian were killed during a clash between an anti-drug unit and suspected traffickers while on an anti-gang mission. These incidents coincide with Honduras's intensified efforts to combat rampant gang violence. The National Congress recently approved reforms, allowing military involvement in public security and establishing new anti-organized crime departments, as well as classifying gangs and drug cartels as terrorist organizations. The country faces a high homicide rate of 24 per 100,000 residents. Honduras's new conservative president, Nasri Asfura, has pledged to collaborate with the U.S. president in fighting organized crime across Latin America. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.